Hello, my dear children and parents. Welcome to class 9th of Indus Valley Public School, Rat, where we were doing a poem from Beehive, and the name of the poem is Wind, composed by Subramaniam Bharti. So, my dear children, in this poem we have studied about the power of wind. This poem is personification as wind is compared to a human being, and it is a symbolic poem as wind is symbolized to the problems, to the difficult situation, difficult circumstances that a person used to follow, used to come across in his life. Like looking to the present situation, coronavirus is like a wind, like a problem. So in the poem it is told that it is up to the people. If he or she is weak and not able to bear the problem, then that problem is going to destroy that person. And if the person is having the capacity to tolerate that problem and to come over that problem, then that particular situation, that particular problem will not affect his or her life. Similarly, if you see the present scenario of the coronavirus, if a person is having good immune power, good resistance power, and follow all kind of rules and regulation, then that coronavirus that is similar to the wind will not affect that particular person, and he will be surviving safely. And on the other hand, if person's resistance power, immune power is less, then he or she is going to suffer from that, and maybe or might be he or she can become the victim of that particular situation, that particular problem. कहने का मतलब ये है बेटा कि अगर आपका रेजिस्टेंस पावर, अगर आप खुद में कमज़ोर पड़ जाते हैं किसी भी सिचुएशन को देख के, तो आपको प्रॉब्लम होगी. और अगर आपकी मनोवृत्ति या आपकी सोच या आप खुद में इतने ताकतवर हैं या स्ट्रांग हैं, तो कोई भी डिफ़िकल्ट सिचुएशन आपको कमज़ोर नहीं कर सकता. एंड वो जो सिचुएशन, एडवर्स सिचुएशन जो आपके सामने आई है, वो ऑटोमेटिकली पीछे चली जाती है और आप उससे आगे निकल जाते हैं, आप उसको टॉलरेट करके आगे निकल जाते हैं. सो वी शुड बी स्ट्रांग इनफ टू फेस एनी काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन दैट इज़ कमिंग टू आवर लाइफ. वी शुड बी प्रिपेयर टू फेस एनी काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन and have positiveness, have competence, build up your strong mind in order to overcome any kind of adverse situation. Okay, so in this way we can say the wind is a wind poem is a personified poem, it is a symbolic poem, and rest poetic device we'll discuss in the paragraph itself. So now coming to the explanation of the poem. In the last video I have already provided you with the poet's description as well as the summary of the poem, and I have given you the poem. Now here we will be learning, we will be having the explanation of poem along with the poetic devices, literary devices. So coming to your first stanza of your poem, this is your poem I have already given, go through it, and coming to the explanation. So now first line is, wind, come softly, don't break the shutters of the windows, don't scatter the papers, don't throw down the books on the shelf. So now what is there? Here poet is requesting to the wind to come silently, to come softly. He is talking to the wind. Who is talking to the wind? Poet. Who is talking to the wind that you should come very softly. So now in the given lines, the poet is talking to the wind. He is requesting or he is asking the wind to come softly, silently. So he is saying that wind should not be very tough, should not be noisy, and it should be very soft and flexible. Then he says that wind is very powerful, it is destructive. Why he is saying it is very powerful, very destructive? Because it breaks the shutter of the windows. Then scattered the papers, means spread all over the papers on the ground. If any wind is blown, even if a fan is there and some papers are there, then everything is blown out. When the wind is very powerful, all the books which are kept on the shelf fall down. So here the poet is describing the power of the wind. So in these 4 lines, the power of the wind is described by the poet and said it brings destruction because wind is very powerful. It only gave the destruction. Then he is saying not to come very harshly, come very silently. If you will come, you are very powerful and see what all you things you did. Okay, this is what explained in the first 4 lines. What is explained in the first 4 lines? The power of the wind and the destruction done by the wind. Literary devices used in this are anaphora. First of all, this poem is freestyle poem. There is no rhyme scheme. Okay, so just to pay attention, because even in the couplet also we are not finding any rhyme scheme. It is freestyle poem. There is no rhyme scheme given in this poem. So now what is the literary devices? First I will tell you about anaphora, which we earlier discussed. So see the line numbers 2nd, 3rd and 4th. The repetition of the word don't is there. Don't, don't, don't. So when we have continuous repetition of the word in the following lines, then that device becomes the anaphora. So see here, anaphora is there. Don't. Now coming to the next line. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. So now the distraction that is made by the wind is shown by the poet to the wind. So now it's a personification because anything is done, he is pointing out you, you, you. इंसान को ही तो हम यू कह सकेंगे और किसी को थोड़ी से बात करेंगे. Okay, so here it is a personification. So see how the things, he is showing the distraction that is caused by the wind. Who is showing? The poet is showing to the wind. See the distraction what you had done. So the explanation is, then he says, so who is he? He is poet. To the wind to look at the destruction that it had done. Whenever there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak, like small plants, tiny children, etc., they all get scared and they can even fall and get hurt. We can say that in the initial part of the poem, the poet is referring to the wind as a young child. So he is saying, he is requesting to come softly. He is saying that it could come softly just like a small child does. But in the later part, we come to know that wind is destructive like a youth, just like a young boy or a young girl who is full of energy, violence and distractions. So like first line he said, no, wind comes softly. So softly only small children used to walk. Have you ever seen small children walking when they used to keep their first steps? ना छोटे छोटे बच्चे जब अपने पहले कदम से चलते हैं, पहला कदम रखते हैं, तो कितना softly चलते हैं. So poet is thinking that way and he is requesting the wind to come in that fashion. But what happened? Suddenly in other lines, what is see? The destructive mind of the children. जब वो बड़े हो जाते हैं, थोड़े शरारती हो जाते हैं, शैतानी करने लगते हैं, तो वो सारी सिचुएशन हमें अगली 3 लाइनों में दिखती है. Okay. Now coming the literary devices of the poem, anaphora. So look the lines. I'll let you see. See here the lines. Again 1, 3, 2, 3 and 4. Repetition of you and you is there. So anaphora is there. Then come to the line. Okay, only anaphora is there. And come to the second line. Tore the. Repetition of T and T. So alliteration is used in the lines. So this is your poetic device. So anaphora is there in 6, 7, 8, 9. Repetition of the word you. Threw them, repetition of T and T, and tore the, repetition of T and T. So this becomes your alliteration. Next line. Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. So now here in this line, poet is emphasizing the word crumbling. Many times he used this word in order to show the destruction, disasters done by the wind. Okay, so here crumbling means falling or to cause something to break. And here so many things is there, and the word frail means weak, feeble. Okay, so a poet is saying when this wind is coming, so it used to weak the house. जितने भी weak houses होते हैं, जो भी weak positions पे होते हैं, he used to crumb that. It used to crumb all the situation. It used to crush all the weak things. How? Let's see in the explanation. Here the word crumbling, that means falling or to cause something to break, is repeated so many times to lay stress, to lay emphasis that everything crumbles in the face of strong wind. So whenever a strong wind is there, it is going to crush everything. It is going to destroy everything. The poet is saying that when wind is very powerful, it is very strong. It leads to destruction of everything. House which are weak fall, गिर जाते हैं. Doors which are weak fall. The beam on which the roof of the building are supported, they also fall. All the wooden structure fall. All bodies of the people fall. Animals fall. Lives, heart, everything goes because of weak everything. Weak heart, weak animal, weak people. Whosoever is weak, everything gets destroyed and everything gets fall. So, poet is saying that everything crumbles, everything crushes. Everything that is weak reacts by falling down and breaking in the face of adversity. The poet is saying that whenever a weak person faces any harsh condition or difficult condition or challenges in the life, he breaks down and falls easily. Now, poet is saying that addressing towards the wind, and he is making the wind as a wind god, and he is saying that the powerful god of wind, he is addressing the wind as a powerful god of wind, Vinos. Now see, Vinos means, see this picture, we know you have heard about this term in your science, when a wheat is separated from its chaff. Okay, तो जब गेहूं के दाने होते हैं उस chaff से अलग किए जाते हैं, then that is the process of winnowing. So this picture is of that winnowing only. So here the poet is saying that the powerful god of wind winnows, that means he shifts all the people, those who are weak, fall down and get crushed. So here a comparison is made between wheat and people. Just like when we winnow the wheat, it separates the grain from chaff. The wind gets separated, the strong people from the weak people. So now wheat is strong, so it will stay in that object, and chaff is weaker, it will move away from that object. Okay. So when there is a strong wind, all the things that are weak fall and get crushed. And the literary devices are again repetition, crumbling, because you will see how many times this word crumbling is used. Like 1, 2, crumbling house, crumbling doors, crumbling laughters, crumbling wood bodies, crumbling life. So many times the word crumbling is used. So repetition is there. Then alliteration is there. Wind winnow, WW ka repetition is there. Now coming to the next lines. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this, and the wind will be friends with us. So now in these lines, poet is saying that if we ask the wind to do something, he will not do anything for us because he is in the stronger position. he is in a situation where he can make any distractions. So now what to do? We have to make steady, we have to face, we have to make ourselves strong in order to face all the adversity, all the difficult situation. And when we are capable enough to face all the difficult situation, then this situation will himself or itself go off and it will become friends to us, because whatever they are doing to us, whatever kind of situation is coming to us, we are ready to face it. We are ready, anything, a number of times any disasters comes or any kind of distraction comes to us, we are ready to face it. Then no problem, no people is going to bend you down. आपको वो झुका नहीं सकती कैसी भी सिचुएशन हो, अगर आप स्ट्रांग हो. So now in this line, poet is asking us to become the strong and to face the adversity of the life, and he is giving the solution how to make it. So coming here with the explanation, the poet wants us to make friendship with the wind, that is to cope up with the adverse situation in our lives. He says that the problems will not listen to us, they will come, so we should be prepared to face them. In preparation, what we should do? We should build strong homes and close the doors of our house firmly so that the wind cannot get into. We have to close the doors properly, we have to close our windows properly so that the wind should not come inside. That means the problem coming ways should be stopped. The problem should not get entered to our lives. Okay? Then he says that we should also make our bodies strong and heart firm to face these challenges. And then once we are strong enough, all the challenges will be like our friend. We will not feel that they are troublesome. That means they are making any kind of difficulties to us. Okay? So this is what explained in these lines. Now coming to the poetic device, so alliteration is there. The repetition of WW, first line wind will, W ka repetition, won't do what? Again the repetition of W, so alliteration is used in the lines. Now coming to the next lines, the wind blows out weak fires, he makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good, we praise him every day. So now see in this picture, in our birthday we used to put out the fire of a candle by blowing from our mouth only. No, see, that is a small fire, that is a weak fire that can easily blow out. And see in the other picture how the large huge fire is there, and if wind is blown, this fire is going to catch whole of the forest. Okay, so if you are strong, they are going to support you. If you are weak, they are not going to support, they will go away from you. This thing is explained in these lines. So come to the explanation. The poet has kept the wind on a pedestal, that is base. He is taking for example, okay, he is comparing the wind to God. He says that wind is God and we praise wind every day. He adds that everything that is weak gets finished off in the face of the strong wind. All the things that are strong flourish and grow to become stronger. He is giving us a very important message that we should not feel bad that we are facing so many challenges and adversities in our life. We should make ourselves physically and mentally strong to face these challenges. And once we are strong enough, we will overcome the challenges. We will become friends with them. Then we will be happy that we had seen these challenges, and in our life they help us to become stronger and better. Children, because of the challenge only we are becoming strong. If there is no challenge, if there is no ups and downs, we will not be strong enough. Okay, जब तक ज़िंदगी में उतार चढ़ाव नहीं आते हैं तब तक हम असल ज़िंदगी नहीं जी पाते. अगर आपकी एक स्मूथ लाइफ चलती रहेगी और जब कहीं अचानक से स्ट्रॉन्ग या चेंज आता है तो आपको प्रॉब्लम होती है. तो देयर शुड बी अप्स एंड डाउन्स इन द लाइफ सो दैट वी विल बी एबल टू face any kind of circumstances in order to become strong. Okay, so this is the message given in this poem. Now the common literary devices that is used, I've already explained. Like first, rhyme scheme. The entire poem is written in a free verse, so there is no rhyme scheme in the poem. Personification. Wind has been personified. What is personification? When any object is compared to the person, then it becomes the personification. So here wind is compared with the person, because every time poet has used you had done this, see you have done this, you and you. So it becomes the personification. And symbolism. Why symbolism? Because symbolism here things refers, and wind is symbolic to the problems, to the hard situation, to the challenge of the life. So it is the symbolic poem. So this is whole explanation of the poem. So you will write the explanation, you will write the poetic devices used in the poem, and if you have any problem, do ask me. Okay children? So till then, bye, take care, and thank you so much.